in Turin, and also Alex McLaren and Gordon Jury, those two suspended as well. And their injury list, which included Danish star Brian Laudrup, was not getting any smaller either. But back after recent injuries were Richard Gough, Charlie Miller, and of course Paul Gascoigne, who missed the reverse fixture. Aussie Craig Moore was dispensed with after the spanking in Turin. Juventus also had a couple of injuries. Frenchmen Didier Deschamps and Pietro Vierkovud were both missing, replaced by Tacchinardi and Carrera. But the biggest shock was the absence of Fabrizio Ravanelli, hero of the Turin match. He was benched because of the drubbing Juventus got from Lazio in the league the previous Sunday. Gianluca Vialli was preferred as the partner for the brilliant Alessandro Del Piero. In the first half, Rangers were quite a match for the Italian champions, even though Del Piero inevitably put Juve ahead in the 16th minute. But no more goals in the first half, and we pick up the action at the start of the second, with Juve leading 1-0.
There are 42,000 fans at Ibrox for this one, in a ground that holds 48, and all of them, or most of them, certainly in hope rather than in realistic expectations. Walter Smith, the Scottish manager, did say before the game he was hoping to catch Juventus on a bad day, and they did have a very bad day on Sunday, beaten 4-0 by Juventus, by Lazio, I should say, absolutely slaughtered. But Marcello Lippi, their manager, did point out football is a funny game. As we all know, the same Lazio getting beaten by Lyon in the UEFA Cup 2 days later at home. One substitution made for the Gers during the break, with William Thompson coming in for Andy Goram. So there's a change of goalkeepers. So the backup keeper for Rangers, a 37-year-old, formerly of St Mirren, is in goal. The Rangers fans are in a singing mood. And why not? It's still 1-0 to Juventus. Long way to go. But a very long way to go for Rangers in the Champions League. This is Petric. And up the middle it goes. Up for the header was Stuart McCall. Indeed, Oleg Salenko, I should say. The number 7 is Ian Ferguson. Well, it was a night of nights for Juventus's Del Piero in Turin 2 weeks ago. Something that he will cherish for a long time, and he's already scored tonight. Here's Gaza. Vialli. Over it goes for Di Livio. This is McCall. Ferguson. Finding his man on the left. There's a certain flow about Rangers here, which certainly wasn't there in Turin. But it breaks down in Torricelli. Di Livio. Remember, Juventus have already won one game away to Borussia Dortmund. And they still have another one to go. Away to Steaua Bucharest. Well, the method is predictable, but that's really all Rangers know how to do, and trying to tackle Juventus at their own game would be a case of folly, I expect. Juventus know how to bring it out. Sosa and now Pesotto. The referee, by the way, is Ahmet Tsakar from Turkey. And away goes Pesotto on a nice overlap into the path of Vialli, and quickly on the case was John Brown. Gianluca Vialli missing from the first leg, as it were. Pesotto with a cross, and wonderfully onto the head of Delivio, but Thompson down well for it. It was a nice, accurate cross onto the head of the essentially short man. There's a counter from Rangers. Keep it in. It'll be a corner to the Scottish champions, who, for all their ambition, have not been successful in Europe in recent years at all. And they really have to rethink. They've got fine players in their foreign contingent. Brian Laudrup. Petric is a good player. And of course they have Paul Gascoigne as well. But who of course is classed as a foreigner these days, certainly in Europe. And that's just wide, and in fact it touched the post on the way. The referee has given another corner. It was a good header down from Richard Goff. There was a touch from Peruzzi, and it's a corner from the other side. And a good header again! Off the post, how unlucky. Goran Petric, who came close with one such sortie, I remember, in Turin, but this was closer still. It was floated beautifully onto his head, and it was well directed. Torricelli or Peruzzi, very, very lucky. Rangers in a hungry mood. Vialli. McCall. Inside by Ferguson. This is Miller. Out of play. Floats it in. No problems for Peruzzi that time. Well, Italian teams not known for a loss of character, but their coach, Marcello Lippi, was very disappointed in a shortage of that against Lazio on Sunday. Hence Ravanelli being benched. Pesotto. Well, it's 1-0 to Juventus still. Rangers coming close with a couple of efforts which met the woodwork at the other end. But do not discount Juventus getting more. Di Livio. Sousa. And Del Piero with the header down, away by Petric. Forces back. Di Livio. Vialli, free man on the right. Nice run too, it is, and it's 2-0 to Juventus. Torricelli broke away on the right. Gianluca Vialli spotted him, and now there is a huge cushion here for the Italian champions. He broke inside of Brown, and then with a left footer tucked it in between man and post. A well-composed Torricelli, making it 2-0 to Juventus. Vialli did well to find him. Passive offside, rightly not given, but the cross was wasted. Di Livio for La Vecchia Signora, who are sitting pretty on a 2-goal lead. Del Piero. He claims handball. This is Gascoigne. Chasing back is Pesotto. Well, Gaza would love to have played in Turin. He was suspended, or rather injured, for that game. But maybe in retrospect he's happy that he wasn't there. Here's Petric. Wasn't a bad thought, the back heel tried by Salenko. Now it's, good save in the end. Charlie Miller missing his opportunity. That really should have been 2-1. There is no excuse for missing from there, even though the save was terrific. Peruzzi coming out very quickly, blocking the angle, and then palming it away. But from there, you place the ball, not thump it. Charlie Miller will regret that for a long time. Vialli. Away by Brown. He came in to replace Craig Moore, the Australian, from the first game. In fact, Moore isn't even on the bench today. Richard Gough. This is Ferguson. He's looking for the long ball. He's going to give it. Richard Gough is up as usual. It was Petric with the header, away by Sousa. Basotto shepherds it out. Ian Durant is on. By the way, he came on early in the second half, 25 minutes for Stephen Wright. And now we have Ali McCoist finally making an appearance, coming on for Charlie Miller, who it might be deemed will suffer psychologically from that terrible miss a few moments ago. And the experienced Ali McCoist. And there is an identical switch at the other end with Fabrizio Ravanelli coming on for Gianluca Vialli. Gascoigne dispossessed. Ball was out. Rangers throw. Not a bad looking cross. Good header back, and it's Richard Gough losing balance. Header down was by Ali McCoist. Gascoigne. McCoist goes down. There's a demand for a card, but there isn't one coming for Torricelli, who's already got a yellow from a previous game. He'd be lucky not to get one there and have himself suspended for the next match. Del Piero looking for Ravanelli, who's a lone ranger up front. Two tried between Tacchinardi and Vialli, or Ravanelli. That's McCall for Rangers. This is Ferguson. McCall again. Nice turn. Brown. foul. Well, I think one of the players expected a bit of aggro and all he got was a hug. Gary Boland. Paulo Sousa. Tacchinardi. And foul on Ravanelli, and there'll be a booking. For Goran Petric. So Marocchi's on for Juve. Coming on for Tacchinardi. Torricelli to Di Livio. Petric back to his keeper, who's going to thump it forward again. It's 2-0 to Juve. And Juve is looking more and more comfortable, even though, of course, they're not dominating, and neither are they expected to be here. Territorial dominance is not an automatic translation to victory in football. Great ball. This might be another one. It's Marocchi, and Ravanelli looks across. Why didn't you give it? He was in a good position. But Marocchi, I think, was entitled to shoot as well. It's just that he shot badly. Almost an open goal here. He could have chipped the keeper on or tuck it beside him. This is McCall. Gascoigne, Ferguson, Brown. Forward comes Boland. One of those aimless high balls into the area as Juventus goes on the counter, and losing it, strangely enough, was Del Piero. It's nearing the end of this game, and it's nearing the end for Juventus, for Glasgow Rangers. Ravanelli. Petric did very well. That was a good tackle as well. Free man on the left. Pesotto inside for Sousa. Marocchi. Del Piero. Di Livio, Torricelli, Sousa. Possession. Possession game by Juve. And they know when to do it, almost instinctively. That Sousa. Torricelli. Di Livio. Del Piero. Well, it finally broke down in Ravanelli. Salenko. It's Juventus's ball, and it's going to stay like that for a while. Sousa. Torricelli. Carrera. Great ball to Ravanelli. Offside. McCall. Nice one by Sousa. And Juventus have hidden the ball. There's nothing Rangers can do. As restless as the fans are, and that's finally the Rangers' ball. But McCoist tries to tackle from behind out of frustration. It was a dumb challenge from McCoist. Here's Ravanelli, and Ravanelli may make it 3 here, and he does. It's 3-0 to Juventus. There was a touch on by a Scottish player or a Rangers player. Who was, of all people, Richard Gough. No, there wasn't, in fact. It came in off the post. No touch from Gough from that replay. Well, there may have been from the hand. Turning it onto the post, but the referee in such a situation, of course, will... Yes, there was a touch from the hand. So Ravanelli will be credited with the goal. 4 in 3. Gascoigne. Offside, says the linesman on the near side. Against Ali McCoist. Well, it would have been touch and go when the ball was played, but the linesman in a better position than our camera. Well, Juventus will be poised to meet Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, which is a bit of a shame. If they win this group and Real Madrid finishes second in Group D, that'll be one quarterfinal. And that'll be some contest, and this is a real one-way contest now. Marocchi curling it past Thompson, and the slaughter is complete. Rangers unlucky early in this half, hitting the post a couple of times, but in terms of professional know-how, it has been no contest, as it wasn't in Turin. And with seconds to go on the clock, Marocchi scores a spectacular effort. But it has to be said, the Rangers were well out of it by then. "4-0 to Juve." Well, Walter Smith looks across this wonderful stadium and wonders, where do we go from here? And there is talk, in fact there is a push for more of a foreign input into coaching in Scotland, and perhaps that's the answer. Long term, it certainly seems to make a lot of sense. But clubs like Rangers, of course, expect success not long term but immediately. Consequence being is that success is attempted to be bought by star players, and the long-term task of changing the method is forgotten. And you don't really have to go far to find examples of the man going off is Brown, John Brown. You don't have to go far to find examples of a different method which seems to work for other clubs. Newcastle and Liverpool, south of the border, are playing a wonderful style of football which Rangers could do well to copy. But that's a task for another day. Juventus have won this match 4-0. It'll be a humiliating scoreline which will bury the fact or hide the fact that there was a bit of bad luck for Rangers in the second half when they piled on the pressure. And it may have been a different story had either of those two efforts which hit the post gone in. But Juventus the winners, and deservedly, at Ibrox, 4-0.